Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 16th of March. But before I get started, I just wanted to talk a little bit about a documentary crime show that I watched last night. Now, if you've been watching my videos leading up to this point, I did tell you I was going to watch It's a special show about sort of cold cases and different cases, and it's Liz Hayes. If you live in Australia, you probably watch it. It's quite a popular show. And she had on last night about the police ambush that I've been telling you for a while now. I told you about a couple of months ago, or it was actually in December. A police shooting that happened in Queensland, and they labelled the shooters as conspiracy theorists, anti-vaxxers, anti-government. This was on the news at the time, and the police actually came out on mainstream media and told people to dob in anyone that they felt was a conspiracy theorist, anti-vax, anti-government kind of person. So it was on my radar, and when I knew this was coming up, I just wanted to watch it and see what they were talking about and how they were going to portray this to the people, because it's a very popular show and a lot of people, I'm sure, would have been watching that. So I just wanted to come on and give you a little bit of a lowdown. I think you'll find it very interesting, guys. So I'm just going to run through a little bit of some of the things that they said on this show last night. It's very eye-opening, guys. Just to give you the basic setup, basically police went to do a welfare check on someone who was kind of missing on this outback. It's in Queensland on a remote farm, if you're not sure of the story, because I know a lot of you live overseas. Basically, the police were ambushed. The people had cameras set up in their driveway and they could see the police were arriving. So 4 police walked in. Then they were shot at by these apparent conspiracy theorists. They were shot dead, 2 of them, and then one ran into the bush, and then another one got away in the car and tried to get help. So these 2, well, apparently there were 3 conspiracy theorists, husband and wife and another bloke, right? Anyway, they were in all their terrorist gear and all this kind of stuff, and they set the bush on fire to try and smoke out the other policewoman. So basically they were out to get the police. That's basically the gist of it. In the end, the 3 of them were shot dead. A neighbour came over, he got shot dead. So basically at the end of the story, 6 people were dead. 2 police officers, a neighbour, and the 3 conspiracy theorists, because they had to get the SWAT team to come in. It was like a ginormous shootout, and it was just crazy. Anyway, that's basically the gist of the story. So then this show was all about what led to that point. So here we go. This is pretty much how the show went. Hopefully you find this interesting. I really did. So basically it started off and it said it's a case, this is a case of terrorism, anti-vaxxer. Now, 2 of them were actually teachers. One was a school principal, ex-school principal, ex-teacher. And the people in the show were saying that they were mandated in their jobs during the whole CV thing, and that caused them to have to leave their jobs, which after heaps of years tips people over the edge. We can kind of understand it. And then they were calling them grubs. It was just a strange show, the way they were wording everything. Then they said due to the CV lockdowns, this was what they were saying. These extreme conspiracy theorists were they focused a lot on them being religion conspiracy theorists as well. Religion kept coming up all the time. I thought that was interesting, that they were focusing a lot on their religion. The group mentality obviously became like a cult to these people. So again, they were talking about that cult, the conspiracies, the religion. Everything was sort of getting put in that cult. The word, we were talking about that here the other day. And then they continued to say these are dark conspiracies. And to these people, CV meant that the world was ending to them. Well, it pretty much was at that time, if you think about all the mandates and that. It was ending for a lot of people, especially their jobs. And they fulfilled their own prophecies. That's what they were saying. So basically, they thought their world was ending and then they ended it themselves. And they saw the police as demons. See, they're kind of putting words in people's mouths too, because the people aren't there to tell their side of the story, basically. I mean, I'm not saying what they did was right. It was a little crazy. But I don't think everyone should be put under the same umbrella, do you guys? People who believe in conspiracies, this is the show continuing. People who believe in, this is just a basic breakdown of what they were saying about conspiracy theorists. We would call them BS detectors who call out the lies and garbage. But let's continue. People who believe in conspiracies will believe other conspiracies. And they went on to say that the nation's psyche has been traumatized by this shooting event. They called it premillennialism. I don't know. There's all these words and things. I don't know. Then they went on to say conspiracy people became obsessed during lockdown. So what they were highlighting is that because people had so much time on their hands, they were tapping away on their computer, and it turned them into like obsessed, crazy conspiracy theorists because they had all this time during lockdowns. And these conspiracy theorists were anti-compliance, meaning putting everybody under the same category, were anti-compliance, anti-vaxxers, and believed that CV was about population control. Hello? Yes, we sure do on this channel, don't we? And then they continued to say that when people are anti-authority, there's certainly getting more and more people who are becoming anti-authority. Example, Oxford. When people are anti-authority, it makes them become anxious. That was their theory about why these people did what they did, because they become anxious and like paranoid. That because they felt that the government was overreaching. This was during the lockdowns and all this kind of stuff, but it was all for the common good, meaning the government was justified in what they did. See, they still think it's justified. Majority of the people conformed. This is what went on the show, guys. This isn't my words. This is just what they were sort of touching on this homicide case. Majority of people conformed, but CV seemed to push these conspiracy theorists to become terrorists. So now we're becoming terrorists, guys, in the story, basically. I knew this story was going to be so bad, this show. Became terrorists. And then they went on, not all of them, this is not all of them, I must say, the whole panel wasn't like this. There was just one or two that were really like pushing these theories. And then the one that kept talking about, he was talking about the terrorists. He said that right-wing people are a direct threat to social cohesion. And I thought, if he didn't say that once, he said it like 3 times during the show. Right-wing people are a direct threat to social cohesion. I know how you all probably feel about that statement. So basically as the show went on, they said that the new threat to Australia is conspiracy theorists, which they sort of categorise as terrorists as well. So that's the new threat to Australia. Anyone who's a BS detector apparently is now a threat to Australia. And I'm not saying what these people did was okay. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying the way this has all been worded is like it's helping to feed the narrative of their rollout. We know that it is. And then they started talking about how do we all move forward with all this, because it was such a major incident that affected the psyche of Australia. And then they said these conspiracy theorists have to realise that they're not the thought police, so they can't think for everybody else. But it's okay for them to think for us. Like, go figure. It was ridiculous. And then it got worse, guys. They did this experiment. They showed a little experiment at the end. They got this girl to go online. This was their little test of how easy it is to get up conspiracies if you do Google searches and YouTube. Although I don't know how that works because they control every bloody platform, don't they? And you can hardly get anything. But my videos get squished all the time. And they had this girl going, and they said within an hour, and they all dramatised it, and they said within an hour she had everything being fed on her feeds, and all the information was coming to her. And then they highlighted that these conspiracy theorists, then all it does is feed and fester their theories online and they get fed more and more of it. And you know what they continued to say? Oh, they went on to say that the worst countries are Australia, North America, UK, and New Zealand. They have a huge problem with these terrorists, these conspiracy theory terrorists. So you've all got to mention as well, guys. And then it went on to say that it's a big echo chamber. Where's all these words come? It's a big echo chamber of conspiracy theories, meaning the internet, and people that are anti-government. They will be the collapse of society because they have a different mindset. So they're blaming us for the collapse of society. We know what the collapse of society is going to be. People bloody conforming. The people in the bubble denial suits. We know what's going on. And then they finished off the show virtually saying that the policy specialists now have a new dilemma about social cohesion. And that's how they finished the show. Now, give me your feedback, guys. Let me know what your viewpoints are of all of that. But I just thought, wow, that was actually worse than I even imagined it was going to be, that show. I was actually quite shocked at the stuff that they were feeding people. It's insane. Anyway, enough of that. Let me know your feedback, guys, what your theories are and what your takes are if you've had any of that sort of stuff. But they aren't painting us in a very good light because now we're becoming religious terrorists. Oh my God, honestly, the world just gets madder and madder, doesn't it? The other things I wanted to mention is, yes, I have been seeing a little bit about Trudeau getting questioned about his little connections with China, helping him to get in his position of power. We all know, so there's a lot going on globally. So Canada, you're getting quite entertained at the moment. And of course, here in Australia, we're coming into winter. So, of course, there's a terrible shortage of gas. So we have to be very careful not to use much gas and cut down our electric power. You know how it goes. I know a lot of you live overseas and you've been through this as well. Oh, my God, it's just the same story. Just swaps from country to country to country depending on what the weather's doing, doesn't it? Oh, sorry, guys. I hurt my back really bad yesterday. What's it all mean? I have a big twinge in my back. Oh, it's so sore today. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with the reading and let's see what comes up. Okay. Oh, my God. It's just overwhelming. There's too much going on in there. All right. God, I'm getting fight backs, strike backs, kickbacks. We're getting everything. Oh, did I tell you yesterday I went for a coffee with my girlfriend, just speaking of, and she's a jabber, but she doesn't watch the news or anything, but she had no clue. She knew all about the banks collapsing and she was asking me why. Oh my God. And I just said, it's happening everywhere. And then I started to talk about the 15-minute cities and she just like glazed over. So I pretty much stopped talking at that point because I knew it was just like not going to be heard anyway. It just reminds me of that, guys, that some people, not all, still are not seeing this stuff, basically, is what I'm saying. But they will. You just got to give it time. And that's why I think they've got to wake up at their own pace because I've got to take my own advice sometimes too, guys, and stop talking. You want to go and blurt it all out, but they can't absorb it because they're not ready for it. It doesn't seem real. So then they think, again, you're a crazy person. Oh, so we're getting that. There's a lot of movement. We knew March, April, it was all going to be the big kickoff and get started. Well, it's on. It's on. Okay, let's see where else we go. Yeah, and this is what they're going to keep using. Just like that said, the terrorist cells. They're going to focus on calling people like terrorist cells that are building. They're going to blame us for the ones that are building fear in people. Like we're causing the fear by spreading lies, disinformation, misinformation. There's going to be more of that. That's going to be talked about on the news. You might get that in the UK, actually, in Europe. They're going to be spreading this, like, don't listen to, again, the mind manipulation. Don't listen to the terrorist conspiracy theorists. So the minute they use the word, we're tired of this That's not our title. We don't fit under the conspiracy umbrella, do we, guys? But they use it as our label, of course, because then other people go, oh, they're just nimwits who would listen to them. That's what people think, isn't it? The hibernating bears have for 3 years thought we were completely mad with all this, but we saw it so clearly, didn't we, guys? Anyway, let's see where else we go. The terrorist cells are emerging. It's actually called the whistleblowers, isn't it? I think that's what's happening with Trudeau. The whistleblowers are emerging. Yay! All right. Let's see what else we get. They're showing me all of us. This is all you guys watching my channel. And we're in this like wagon getting along. We're back in the Shrek movie, guys. And we're all hanging out of the wagon, and there's some of us on the back of the wagon. Was it all the fairy tale, like Snow White and all these people? And I don't even know. Anyway, they're all on this wagon, and we're all heading to far, far away. We're leaning out of the wagon, and Donkey's there, and we're all off. We're all off to far, far away land. As far away as possible as we can get from everything. All the garbage, all the lies, all the deception. That's all of us loaded up. We're getting that song again, Funky Town. Won't you take me to Funky Town? And it's almost showing me like it, when we're in far, far away land, it makes us untouchable kind of thing. It's our safe place. It's our safe place to go. We often talk about it here. I guess it's like Terabella. It's like a Terabella village where we can all congregate and come together and in our truths and feel comfortable with that. So we're all hanging off the wagon. It's got people sitting up on the seat with Donkey heading into far, far away. So we're all in the Shrek movie today. Oh my God, we get Shrek a lot here, don't we, guys? I think there's a lot of hidden meanings in Shrek. I really do. We often talk about these things here, don't we? But we're off to far, far away land, avoiding Lord Farquaad, because we always call Trudeau Lord Farquaad, because he's like the little man who tries to be the big man. And he's not. He's this little man. It's all an illusion. So I'm getting us on this wagon. We're all squished into this wagon, and we're all heading off together. See, we're sticking together. That's what the image is. We're all sticking together. And we're heading to a happy place and a fun place. That's how I'm seeing it. They're even showing me like all the they're even showing us all doing the karaoke at the end. I think it's at the end of the first Shrek, isn't it? Where they're all doing the Vida Loca. Is that the song? And they're all Milba Esana doing the Vida Loca. And they're all having fun and they're singing. And see, we found that freedom. We found that joy. We found music again on this channel. We found happiness. We found how to create moments of joy in our life. So I am getting that as well, the visual of us doing like the karaoke, because see, we know like that's coming. See, this year is the Great Awakening. It's the shift. We know people are waking up. They're seeing the truth. They're going to have to look. They're being forced to look. So it makes us feel good, because it's now like it's not our responsibility anymore to wake people up. I think for the past 3 years, we felt that big burden. Oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's why I've got a sore back. Oh, the big burden of having to like plant seeds and wake people up. Well, now it's like, nah, we're off. We're all loaded up on the wagon and we're headed to far, far away land to have some fun. It's our turn to have some fun. Enough of the, see, they can't keep going back. I mean, they can dish all this out, like I said, and label us with all these things. But at the end of the day, we all know here it's coming to fruition. All the conspiracies. I don't think there's even one conspiracy that hasn't come pretty much to fruition. Well, there's probably a few that are hidden. But people are seeing it now. They're talking about it. They're angry. They're pissed off. God, they're getting ropeable about what's happening to their lives. I bet over in England they are, because old Sushi said all these 15-minute, 20-minute neighbourhoods were just trials. But we knew they weren't trials. We knew it was the big rollout. Here it comes. You know, why are they going to just trial it? And of course, nothing run by the little people. So can you imagine how angry they're going to be? Let us know what's happening over there, guys, because I'm guessing there's a lot. And the coronation, it's getting real pushed on the back burner now, isn't it? It's not at the forefront of people's minds. I tell you that. I keep telling you that here. People aren't interested. The Royal Kardashians going down the drain and washing away real fast. All right, let's see what else we get today. I keep getting it. They're eliminating red meat from our diets. We know they are. I keep getting it. I've had it like 3 times, haven't I, in the last week. We know they're swapping everything over, but no one has any say in it, of course. They're very sneaky. And like I said to you the other day, and you guys have also mentioned it, the packaging's very similar. It doesn't really change, does it? So I nearly accidentally picked up plant-based patties. And the thing is, like, personally for me, everybody's different. Because I've always suffered migraines, I'm really good now. I've got my mouth splint and I've had my Botox in my muscles. Preservatives and things, I know a lot of you are probably similar because we're sensitive souls and we get affected by things so easily. MSG is another thing, but some of the preservatives and that they put in the vegan patties and things have given me horrific migraines in the past. I'm very cautious of what I buy. But people would be not even aware. Like I said the other day, old people, if they didn't have their glasses on, would just pick them up because they just look like red beef patties. You guys are noticing it too, changes in your meat sections. It's definitely a lot of changing around the meat industries. And if they're going to reduce the number of cows and things that people are farming in that's going to start to wipe out a lot of industries as well, farming industries. So we know that they're just slowly creeping everything in. And the meat industry is definitely one of them that they're targeting at the moment. That's probably global, actually. It's probably everywhere. So I'm guessing that we're going to have more farm trucks and things protesting. Oh, God, it just never ends. All right, let's see what else we get. Oh, I'm getting this song. I'm sure it's by Hunters and Collectors. They're an Aussie band. So I do get a lot of Aussie music here. Maybe because I'm an Aussie psychic, that kind of would explain it. But I'm getting this Hunters and Collectors song. Oh, I love Hunters and Collectors are so good. And it's this song, I don't know what it's called though, but I'm pretty sure it's called Do You See What I See? 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 Oh, I can't think of the rest of the words because I don't know the rest of the words. But that's the song. I'm pretty sure it's Do You See What I See? I'll leave it on my Facebook page, guys, because I'll track that song down. But it's like, do they see what we've seen? Like now they're starting to see what we saw. Do you see what I see? So I'm getting that song. Unreal. They're finally seeing. Oh, my back. I was like, guys, oh God, what have I done to myself? Yeah, they're finally starting to see, like I keep saying, the hibernating bears are waking up out of their slumber and they're starting to see things for what they really are. Like I keep saying to you, remember people work in these industries, they understand the lies, BS and garbage. Oh, hence electric cars, blah, blah, blah. Oh, God, it just goes on and on. Oh, sorry, sometimes I just repeat myself, but I just have to drive those things home. So that's why the guides just tell me to say it. Because, you know, I know you guys get it. All right, let's see where else we go today. Oh, God, hang on. They're giving me a combination of things here. Hang on, let me try and decipher what they're getting to. Oh, they're giving me a Beatles song. Let It Be. Let it be, whisper words of wisdom. let it be. Well, I think that's what they're saying too. Like, you can whisper those words of wisdom. Example, like me and my girlfriend yesterday when I told her about the 15-minute cities. I guess that was enough. I planted a seed because I could see she glazed over, but it's that whispering those words of wisdom because we know what the truth is. And we've got to now let it be. I'm getting that song by the Beatles, Let It Be. Let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. I wish it had come a bit faster though, all the answers for these people waking up. I know you guys feel the same. It's been the most frustrating event. Oh, last night I was just thinking about, after watching that show, I just thought, oh my gosh, we still got crap like this being fed to a lot of people. Oh, I think it's just so overwhelming. That's the word I actually got this morning. I felt overwhelmed. Let me know if you guys feel overwhelmed. But you get a bit overwhelmed because you feel like there's not much that you can do. Not much you can do anymore. If these people don't start seeing it soon, well, they're just going to be living it. And I think that's what makes it feel so overwhelming. I mean, I know there's kind of two different realities and we do cross over, but it does still have an effect on us, doesn't it? Oh, our governments, they're just monsters. They really are. How could they do this to people? It's just insane. Hang on, let me see if there's a message to close with today. God, I'm getting this song. People get ready. There's a train a-coming. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. People get ready. There's a train a-coming. What is that song? Oh, I don't know. That's the song I'm getting. Meaning the information's being delivered to the people. There's a trainer coming and it's delivering to the people. You know, sometimes we get trains on this channel delivering messages and things such as this. But people get ready. There's a train coming. Oh, I don't know the rest of the song. Don't know who sings it. You guys might recognise it. You're so good with music out there. I just give you what the... And hop on board. Is it something like that? Maybe that means like get on board and, you know, start facing the truth, you idiots. Sorry. I don't mean to be terrible. It's just so frustrating, isn't it? God. Oh, my God. All right. Hang on. Let me see if there's a proper message to close with today. I'm just getting visuals of us like in the yoga meditation position. We have to channel our inner wisdom now. It's very important. And our inner wisdom is about protecting ourselves, staying safe, staying strong, being heard. And it's saying in a quiet way. So we have to stay in our wisdom, power, and strength. This is very important. We got that yesterday with the native, like American Indian, sitting around the campfire kind of image, sharing stories, sharing our wisdom with each other, which is just about sharing our knowledge and the things that we know, you know, such as me letting you know what's happening in Australia. We do that here. We share what's happening in each other's countries. We talk to each other here on my channel, despite that half the comments get wiped away by YouTube. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, God, the stuff we get on this channel, honestly. Look, if nothing else, at least we do have a good laugh, guys, on this channel. You know what they're showing me? They're showing me us, represented as Donkey out of Shrek. And we're doing the karaoke thing at the end of the Shrek in Far, Far Away Land. And we're going across the stage and we've got like the hat and the cane, like sort of like a stage performer. And it's like the... you know, like a Fred Astaire or someone like that. Oh my God. And we're singing that New York song. I want to wake up where the city never sleeps. It's showing us that, but it's saying, king of the top. Oh, how's the start of that song go? Hang on, I had it in my head just a second. But when they hit me with the visuals, I sometimes get sidetracked because they're such ridiculous visuals. Oh, that's it. So we're going along with the cane and we're kicking our legs, walking across the stage, and start spreading the news. We're leaving today. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it. New York, New York. I wanna wake. Okay, that's that's us. We're singing that across the stage today because people are waking up. We've spread the news. It's just a song that's very relatable for us. So I want you to go and play that song today. New York, New York. Who sings that song? I got it wrong last time. Is it? I don't even know who sings it. Who sings it? It's one of those famous older singers. I want to wake up where a city never sleeps. And I think that's also about the hibernating bears. Like, now they're awake, let's not let them go back to sleep, guys. We know they've been asleep for 3 years, so it's time for everything to wake up. If you think of New York, it's a real buzz. It's full of lights and activity and people and movement and energy. That's why I'm getting that song today. That's us. We've gone to far, far away land, and we've found our energy again. And I think most of us here would say that we have. We're just in a much happier place. We still feel a sense of freedom despite everything collapsing and falling down around us. Oh God. So I'm going to leave you with that visual today. Us as donkey with that top hat on and the cane doing the New York song. Let's go listen to the words of that song today, because I'm guessing there's going to be some meaning in there. And I'll post the other songs on my Facebook page. So look, I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. I think it's too hard with everything today from my documentary detective show last night. We need to do our own BS detective show, don't we, and tell the real truth about all the conspiracy, terrorist, religious cults. Oh my God. How's the labelling? Anyway, enough of that. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Enjoy. Take care. Don't forget to hit the like buttons and talk to me down below. Give me your feedback about it all. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.